What is going on, everybody? What is going on? The Catch fam. Hope you guys are doing phenomenal tonight, man. Hope you guys have all had a great Wednesday. Hope you guys are ready for a live 2023 fantasy football draft. We are hopping into the puppy through Underdog Fantasy. Super excited to be here with you guys tonight. Super excited to run through another fantasy football draft. So you guys know what to do, man. If you guys are new to the channel, all we do here is free fantasy football content all year round. Dynasty, redraft, best ball, all of it. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button on the way. And if you guys do enjoy that style of content, and be sure to hit that like button whether you guys are new to the channel or not. But most importantly, hop in the live chat. Let me know what's popping. Let me know how you guys are doing. Any fantasy football topics, best ball, redraft, dynasty, whatever, any NFL topics, get it going. We're going to have some fun tonight. We're gonna talk some fantasy football. So I appreciate you guys coming out tonight, spending part of your night here on the channel. And if you guys do want to hop in with me, you guys know what to do. Hop into the lobby on Underdog, get the puppy pulled up, 30 seconds per pick pulled up, and when I enter, you guys should be in the same lobby as me, depending on how quickly things are filling tonight. So I'm probably going to give it just another minute or so here, and then I will hop in. So if you guys are interested in joining tonight, be sure to be prepared and be ready, because these can fill very quickly. Of course, if you guys are new to Underdog Fantasy, you can double your first deposit dollar by dollar up to $100 with promo code the catch, which is in the description down below. Okay, no real NFL news in terms of anything fantasy relevant we need to go over. We got a couple of these schedule matchups, but not the full schedule, so we can talk about some of those. Other than that, yeah, nothing for us to really go over. So I'll go ahead and get that pulled up, and we can kind of touch on the games that were released so far. And yeah, let's see. Should just be the international games, if I'm not mistaken. Or we might have a couple more. Yeah, so we just have... Okay, we'll go over the games that were announced. All right, I'm going to go ahead and hop in. So we'll see how the lobby's looking. 6 spots still open, so if you guys do want to hop in, get on in there. Puppy, 30 seconds per pick. And then, yeah, we'll get this thing going. I'm excited, man. So, yeah, I'm just going to draft for pure upside tonight. We've done a stream like this before. And we're just going to build I don't know, a risky, crazy-looking boomer bust type team. So I'm excited for that. All right, Smokey the Cat, what's going on, man? How are you? Appreciate you being in the house tonight. Thomas, what's going on, man? Hope work is going good for you. Albert, what's going on, guys? Appreciate you guys being here tonight. All right, so we've got our first ever Black Friday game. The Miami Dolphins at the New York Jets at 3 o'clock the day after Thanksgiving. Pretty good matchup, right? On paper at the moment. All right, where am I at? 1.7. Thank God. I've been entering a ton of Best Ball Mania and puppy drafts. Mostly slow drafts. Every now and then I'll pull one up and do one, like, I don't know, after I stream or whatever. But I literally, like, guys, I feel like 50% of my selections so far have been at the 1.1 to 1.3. I'm just glad to have a little bit of a different setup tonight. All right, we got the San Francisco 49ers at the Philadelphia Eagles. A little bit of a rematch. A little bad blood, excuse me, right now, between the Niners and Eagles after that NFC Championship game, where the Niners claim pretty vocally that they would have won that game had the quarterbacks on their team not gotten hurt. So anyways, that game will be Sunday, December 3rd, week 13. We've got the Giants at Eagles also announced. It'll be Monday, December 25th, week 16. I don't know why those two games got announced. I mean, if you guys have any insight there, I don't know why those games are announced. Then we got the Bengals at Chiefs also announced. I don't really know why this was announced. That'll be Sunday, December 31st, 4:25 p.m. Eastern Time. So, I mean, Bengals, Chiefs, you got the rematch of the AFC Championship game. Niners, Eagles, you got the rematch of the NFC Championship game. I mean, I guess I could see why those were announced. The first Black Friday game, I can see why that was announced. The Giants and Eagles game feels very random to me, unless I'm missing something. Oh, is that Christmas? Okay. The day after Christmas. Or no, that is Christmas. Yeah, 25th is Christmas. Okay, that makes sense. But there'll be more games on Christmas Day, I believe. Maybe. Last year was mostly on Christmas Eve. All right, I'm just going to go Bijan here. I will tell you guys right now, Bijan is available in the first round. Like, at some point, I'm going to have to start diversifying, but primarily Bijan has been my target in the first round of my underdog draft so far. But I don't have a problem going wide receiver. Like when I was at like the 1.1, 1.2, I have a lot of Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson selections as well. So I will try to diversify that. But yeah, I mean, even drafting for pure upside, I think Bijan fits the bill perfectly. All right, international games. We got the Jags at the Falcons. That will be Sunday, October 1st. That'll be in London. Be 9:30 in the morning. You got the Bills at the Jags. That will be Sunday, October 8th. That'll also be in London. We've got the Ravens at the Titans. It'll also be a London game. And that one is October 15th. Got the Chiefs at the Dolphins. That'll be in Germany. Sunday, November 5th. And we got the Colts at the Patriots. November 12th. Also in Germany. So 2 Germany games. 3 London games. Make 5 total international games. So most of those pretty good matchups. I feel like every time the Colts and Patriots play, somehow it turns out to be a good game. Chiefs Dolphins could be fun. Ravens Titans. Yeah. All right, let's see. Ooh, I want to switch it up right here. Give me the bad man himself. Give me Hurts. Of course, as I'm going through this draft and you guys are seeing the board, let me know your guys' thoughts. Upside. Boom or bust. That's what we're going for tonight. Okay, so there are your matchups that have been announced so far. We'll get the rest of the matchups tomorrow. Favorite looking matchups. Niners, Eagles. Bengals, Chiefs. Too easy. The Jets are going to get a ton of primetime games, right? Smokey, it's as Black Friday as it could be, 80% discounted. Not thrilled about that game. Yeah, I mean, so at that point in the season, like, you would imagine that the Dolphins and Jets, as well as the Bills, potentially the Pats, like, I don't know how that division's really going to turn out. I really think it's going to be a closer division than some people are thinking. But to whatever degree, barring any major injuries to either team, like, the Dolphins and Jets at that point in the season, at the end of November, will be competing for some sort of playoff push within their division. So I think, you know, it'll be an important game at that point in the season. So we'll see. We'll see. And obviously we're just going to have to see, like, where those two offenses are at that point in the season. I think the Jets defense is going to be fine. I think the Dolphins defense is also kind of being slept on at this point in the offseason. But, I mean, we're not really, like, purely looking at defenses right now anyways. All right, if Breece Hall slides here, I will take Breece Hall. And then, I don't know, Jahmyr Gibbs sitting here, though. There's a stronger likelihood that Gibbs falls out, but he probably won't. I think I'll go Breece Hall right here. And then we'll just go crazy at receiver. But we'll see what happens. I mean, truly, like, I feel like the running backs that are available outweigh the available wide receivers. I'm going to go Breece Hall right here. A, because he's on the thumbnail. But B, because we go Jahmyr Gibbs there. I don't know. I don't have a problem with having 2 rookie running backs. But we'll take the sophomore, and then we'll take Bijan at the 1.7. So generally, when I go into a draft with the mindset of drafting for upside, like, I'm taking wide receivers early, but I don't know. I just feel like Bijan landing there, Breece Hall landing there are really good values, and I felt like Jalen Hurts, as good as, you know, like Waddle, Devonta Smith, Higgins, Olave would have been right there. Jalen Hurts is a fun pick, so we'll take him there. And now we've kind of applied some pressure at the quarterback and the running back position. But when you look at the board, like, it's pretty interesting. You've got some teams going after running backs and quarterbacks, including myself. Then you've got teams that are just purely going after wide receivers, and you got Kelsey sprinkled in there. So it's an interesting board at the moment. Like 1.1, 1.2, all wide receivers. I don't know. It'll start to balance itself out a bit here. So my primary target pick 42 is going to be Christian Watson. I mean, who better for a definition of upside? Then at 55, we'll see who's available. I'd like Christian Kirk, but Brandon Ayuk, I don't know. Brandon Ayuk might be available at 66 if we get lucky. And if he's not, I think Lockett will be there. Gibbs is such a good pick at 4.3. Kenneth Walker is still available as well. But we have to go wide receiver here. And yeah, I just like Watson right here. Give me the upside. That's what we're going for right now. So yeah, we're probably going to pick, I mean, we'll have to keep an eye on tight end. But I think I want to select Dalton Kincaid as my tight end tonight. Which I know is like kind of risky, but I think like Kincaid, Kmet, Dulcich, Laporta. Like, I still want to be able to go late round tight end. We could throw Noah Fant in there. But, like, at this point, if I don't land, I don't know, like, if I don't spend an earlier draft pick on tight end, like, we're just not going to have a ton of upside right there. So, we're going to load up our wide receiver here. I will say, man, if Burrow or Herbert fall out, there goes. I was going to say, like, it's a point where I don't want to pass up on them. If Drake London falls out, which he won't, but I don't know. You've got some pretty wide receiver heavy teams on this side of the board outside of 1.3 and I guess 1.4. There's a chance, but it's a very small chance. I don't think Team 1 or Team 2 are going to go wide receiver. Kenneth Walker is your RB1 after getting Chase Smith and Higgins is like ridiculous. Just ridiculous. All right, so fourth round will wrap up here in a minute. Drake London is off the board. Brandon Ayuk, Christian Kirk, Jerry Jeudy. I'm starting to really like a Russell Wilson stack because it's pretty cheap at the moment. Kadarius Toney, Hollywood Brown, Jahan Dotson, Quentin Johnston, Jameson Williams, Zay Flowers, why not? Odell, why not? Alan Lazard. I'm also still liking a Rodgers-Lazard stack. Zay Jones, Sky Moore, Rashee Rice, Jalen Hyatt, MVS. Like we want some boomer bust sprinkled in here. There goes Jerry Jeudy. There goes Christian Kirk. So my top target will become Brandon Ayuk. I was about to say, but Hopkins is sitting there. There goes JSN. There's no way this team is going wide receiver. Right? So I think Ayuk is my top target right here. Which I'd be very happy with Ayuk as a wide receiver too. Godwin sitting here, Lockett sitting here, Pickens, Michael Pittman. Top running backs, Jones, Miles Sanders, Dobbins, Pierce. Yeah, I'll take Ayuk here. Yeah, so much for the first half of the board not going heavy wide receiver. Trevor Lawrence is available, and I know that would be very ridiculous. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And I don't even know if he'll fall. I mean, you got two teams here without a quarterback. I don't know if he'll fall. Yeah, I mean, I doubt it. DeAndre Swift is available, and I feel like Swift fits the mold of this team perfectly. His ADP is sitting at 68 overall. I feel like we still need to go wide receiver at this next pick. I would love Tyler Lockett. I just don't think he's going to fall. So I think Kadarius Toney, Hollywood Brown become our next two targets. And then I'd like to land Jahan Dotson, but I truthfully just don't know for... Yeah, there goes Lockett. So I think Toney... I don't know if we'll be able to land Toney and Brown. So, I mean, I'm looking at ADP, but when we look at this draft so far, it's very wide receiver heavy. So, ADP is kind of shifted back here. Probably not the best thing to go off of. I mean, I can live with Bijan and Breece Hall as my top running backs for, like, I can hold off for a while. And Swift has a tendency to kind of fall out. But I just think the way we're building this team, he's not going to be. Like, I feel like Devon A-Chain, Jerick McKinnon, like names like that. I don't know. There goes Hollywood, though. There goes Joe Mixon. I think we just go Kadarius Toney here. And then we go for Jahan Dotson with the next selection. I would really like to land Anthony Richardson. Just for fun. But I think for my QB2, I'm going to go Russell Wilson. And I think I'll just draft Brock Purdy late. But I think I'll go Russ. And then I'll just try and land. I mean, Cortland Sutton is very cheap right now. Hopefully he doesn't get traded like last second. Another really, really cheap stack, which is risky. I don't know. Maybe we'll go for it tonight. We're playing a little risky. Jonathan Mingo, Adam Thielen, Hayden Hurst, Bryce Young, DJ Chark. Like, that's a stack that overall, I mean, Chark's ADP is 150. Thielen is 133. Mingo is 132. Hayden Hurst is pretty low. He's moved up a little bit, actually. But 193. Still low. Don't get me wrong. Then Bryce Young is sitting at 154. A very, very risky stack to pursue. But it could pay off. You never know. Okay, I would love to see Pacheco fall out here, but he's the top-rated player. I just don't think it's going to happen. Rashad White, I would really like as well. So, looking at our wide receivers, we've landed Watson, Ayuk, Toney. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we should just keep kind of going after the position. There goes Cam Akers, George Pickens. I do really like Pacheco, and I do really like Rashad White. And I think when we're looking at the current tier of receivers like Jahan Dotson and Quentin Johnston, Zay Flowers, those are my top-rated players. They could all be there at pick 90. But I'm now looking at Cortland Sutton, who I don't think will be. But, I mean, there goes Pacheco. So now it just depends, does Rashad White go here or not? White as a RB3 is really, really nice, in my opinion, right now. Especially behind Bijan and Breece Hall. So I think, I don't know, wide receivers just, this draft is really eating up the position so far. All right, let's go Rashad White here, and then we'll go best available receiver at pick 90. And then we just need to pay attention, like, in the 10th round, if I really want to make a move on Dalton Kincaid, that's probably when I need to do so. Thomas says go Pickens. I saw it too late. Pickens would have been fun. Pickens also, and there goes Dotson. So he's off our board. Pickett to Pickens is a pretty affordable stack that I like as well. Freiermuth is not too expensive, all things considered. Help him. He'll be good at running back. You still have good ones left later on, like Akers, Connor, and Jones. Yeah. Those guys are gone. They're all gone. Yeah, I'll take White there, but at this point now, having Bijan, Hall, and White, definitely holding off at the running back position for some time. There are some late-round running backs that I really like right now. I mean, I would love A-Chain on this team. I don't know if he's going to land to us. But past that, like Jerick McKinnon's ADP is 137. Kendre Miller's 135. Antonio Gibson's 129. Roschon Johnson 138. I really like Roschon Johnson. Man, wide receivers, every time I look up, just getting ate up. Kenneth Gainwell's ADP is at 189. I think he's a great late round pick. Oh my gosh, this makes me nervous. I'd really like to land Cortland Sutton here, which I never thought I'd say out loud. But Russell Wilson's ADP is 127. I've got Hurts as my QB1. Like, I just get Dulcich later on, start to build a Broncos stack. Marvin Mims, another name we could get later on. Mims' ADP is pretty far down. His ADP is 177. Also, like the Giants, like if you want to go out and stack the Giants, there's so many different options. It's not even funny. So many different options that you can potentially stack Daniel Jones with after getting him at an ADP of 98.9. Like there's still risk associated there because there are so many different targets for him, but there's so many late round targets. All right, I'm going to go Cortland Sutton here. And I don't know. This next pick's going to be tough. I don't think Jameson Williams will fall. I'll take him if he's there. If not, I might have to go ahead and select Allen Lazard. But I also am going to have to start. Yeah, I mean, there goes Jameson Williams. I'm going to have to start thinking about when I want to draft a tight end. Top available quarterbacks: Deshaun Watson, Dak Prescott, Danny Dimes, Kirk Cousins, A-Rod. Top available running backs: we got Cook, Kamara, Charbs, Madison, Dillon. Top available receivers: we got Can't Guard, Mike, Rashad Bateman, Odell Beckham, Elijah Moore, Juju. Top available tight ends: we got Njoku, Freiermuth, Kincaid, Schultz, and Nkonkwo. Help him. I would definitely pick Gainwell. Only a matter of time before Swift gets injured again. I mean, yeah, Gainwell's been my guy like all off season, and I still believe in his value in fantasy, even with Swift there. Great handcuff situation. I get Penny's there too, but Penny has an injury history as well. Thomas, I'm big on Rachaad White. His ADP should move up even if Zeke comes to Tampa Bay. Yeah, I mean, the Zeke situation will affect his ADP, but I'm not against it either way. I just, the Bucs have been very outspoken about Rachaad White so far this offseason, and I just think it's going to have a good year. But the Zeke situation will affect things for sure. All right, into the 9th round we go. We're finally seeing the board take a little bit of a breather from wide receiver, which is a good thing. All right, there goes Bateman. I am really tempted to still draft Alvin Kamara, but I think I need to go wide receiver here. I don't know. Devon A-Chain, the other name sitting here, that I really like. But I don't really need a running back. But I like the upside involved. I probably need to go wide receiver, tight end, and then try and land Russell at 127, which is like his exact ADP. But I'm going to lock up Lazard here. That puts us with Christian Watson, Brandon Ayuk, Kadarius Toney, Cortland Sutton, Allen Lazard. So not the most attractive wide receiver room, but good value on all those guys considering that we locked up Breece Hall, Bijan Robinson, and Jalen Hurts. So I'll take it. So if we don't land Dalton Kincaid, I don't think it's the end of the world because I could still go for Cole Kmet and Greg Dulcich. There goes Devon A-Chain off the board. That's okay. But I just feel like Kincaid be fun. And yeah, we can't forget about our dangerous stack as well. A little bit of a run at running back at the end of the 9th round there. Yeah, at this point at running back, Antonio Gibson, Kendre Miller, Jerick McKinnon, Roschon Johnson, Zeke, Kenneth Gainwell. Those are the names I'm looking at. If we have to take a late round dart throw, there'll be names there as well. Wide receivers, I'm looking at Sky Moore, Zay Jones, Jonathan Mingo, Adam Thielen, Rashee Rice, Jalen Hyatt, Chark. I mean, there's a lot of names. MVS, Rashid Shaheed, Jaden Reed. I mean, there's always going to be depth at wide receiver to some degree. All right. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it and not even think about it. Give me Alvin Kamara. And I think I'm going to end up fading Dalton Kincaid here and try to go with Kmet and Dulcich. That makes my running back room pretty ridiculous if Kamara plays the second half of the season. If he doesn't play at all, it's a wasted pick. I get that. If he does play, Then now we've got Bijan, Brees Hall, Rashad White, Alvin Kamara. We throw the dart throw at Kenneth Gainwell, which I'm completely happy with. And maybe we lock up like a Jerick McKinnon, Roschon Johnson. I think we're in a great position overall at the running back spot. We're going to try and get some more wide receivers here at the end. Man, we're gonna have to see if Aaron. So top rated quarterbacks: Aaron Rodgers, Jared Goff, Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray, Derek Carr. There is a scenario where I'm able to use the Rodgers and Goff cushion. So like if we get to pick 127, right, and those three guys are still on the board, I can maybe wait on Russell Wilson. But it's still a gamble because there's quite a few selections before we select again at 138. So I think I'd rather hold off. And like the only other move there is maybe we take Zay Jones or maybe we go Cole Kmet. Top available tight ends: Chig, Cole Kmet, Dulcich, Jawan Johnson, Higbee. So this is kind of an interesting selection. There goes Eli Mitchell. I feel like oh man. I mean, McKinnon. Yeah, McKinnon going against ADP. We should know him better. Just trying to get an idea of the teams in front of me. Most of them are in a pretty decent position at quarterback and tight end. But this one team does not have a quarterback. And if any of these other teams go Rodgers or Goff, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I like Rodgers and Goff more than Russell Wilson. There goes Carr. So, like, you know, this guy's got Michael Thomas. And I guess he's just looking for the stack. I mean, he's got Waddle and Tua, so. This is a really tough pick. I can't believe I'm drafting Russell Wilson ahead of Rodgers and Goff, who I like infinitely more. I was very close to going Cole Kmet right there. Very, very close. But Chig is still on the board. And if we miss on Kmet, we can still go Greg Dulcich. There goes Goff. With Rodgers still sitting here, I'm just surprised. Kind of sad that Mingo went off the board because I was going to try and go pretty aggressively after some Carolina stacks. But now we're kind of in a position where, like, I don't know. You got Chark and Thielen there, and their ADPs are, like, right around the corner. I mean, Thielen's 133. He's the top available receiver. So I feel like I'm kind of moving off that. So, like, we also have to think about the fact that we have Brandon Ayuk on this team. So if I land Brock Purdy late, I'm still in a good position for a third stack. It's limited, but I'll still take that. Because at the same time, like, if Thielen doesn't go here, then I have to aggressively draft Thielen when I'd rather just get, like, if I get Cole Kmet here, I'll be very happy. And if I can land Dulcich as my next tight end, like, that solidifies tight end for the night. We can just load up our wide receiver, get that one additional running back, and we're set for the night. So we'll see what happens. I do really like Roschon Johnson right now, though. I just feel like in best ball tournaments, by the time things are really important for your season, he could be involved in some big games for the Bears and be receiving the right amount of volume to be relevant. You know what I mean? All right, so it comes down to Double G Goat. Will he take Cole Kmet? He will not. Okay, so I don't feel so bad about aggressively going after Russell Wilson now. Godfather, what's good, my guy? Thank you for joining. What's up, man? Taylor, what's going on, my dude? Hope you're doing great tonight. Appreciate you guys being here. J-Dubs, what's going on, man? I would say the team build is going actually pretty good right now. I actually like this team. We got Hurts and Russell Wilson at quarterback. Bijan, Brees Hall, Rashad White, Alvin Kamara at running back. Wide receivers are Christian Watson, Brandon Ayuk, Kadarius Toney, Cortland Sutton, Allen Lazard. Our only tight end is Cole Kmet. So, we look at things here. I mean, we've got the stack between Russell, Cortland Sutton. We're going to try and continue to build on that. There goes Greg Dulcich off the board. We're not landing him. But like overall, I think this team, for going running back so early and quarterback early, is in a decent spot right now. We need to get some more solidification at wide receiver. And now we need to figure out who our tight end 2 is going to be. Man, I really wanted Dulcich on this team. But there's no way I could have got Russell Wilson, Cole Kmet, and Greg Dulcich. Or there's no way I could have got, or if I drafted Dulcich earlier, that I was going to get all 3 players. The only way this would have worked was if Dulcich fell out to 151. But now, okay, top-rated players. Adam Thielen, Rashee Rice, Roschon Johnson. I will take any of those guys to kind of pivot into the next part of this draft. Like at this point, we're looking at tight end. I'll just go for Sam Laporta late. Go for Hayden Hurst. Noah Fant. Like, we missed out on the 2 guys, or one of the 2 guys we wanted. It's okay. We'll survive. There goes Bryce Young. So that, for me, that devalues, like, all of the Carolina players that I was just talking about. Their value goes down for me. I'd really like Roschon Johnson here. That'd be my final running back. Or, I don't know, with Gainwell being out there, I might also go for Gainwell. Yeah, because truthfully, the next player that I would want to draft right there would have been Rashee Rice. So I'll take Roschon. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more selections. I need Brock Purdy. Trey Lance would be nice, but he's not necessary, in my opinion. I'll take either one, though. Trey Lance might be the upside pick. We might just stay true to that. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on Kenneth Gainwell. His ADP is 189. So I think we'll be okay for a minute. The 2 top tight ends I have ranked are Sam Laporta at 174, Noah Fant at 210. So like we're sitting okay there too. Brock Purdy's ADP is 197. So really, we just need to take a strong look at wide receiver. Rashid Shaheed is my top-rated player at the moment right now. He's who I would love to land at 162, but wide receivers have been very aggressively selected in this draft so far, and I don't know if he's going to land. Yeah, J-Dubs, I'm happy with Kamara as my 4th running back for sure. Wilson Sutton stack over A-Rod Lazard stack feels out of character. Well, that's the thing, right, is you want to diversify. You don't want to come out of every draft or majority of your draft with Lazard and Rodgers, even if you really believe in it. And I still have Lazard. Like, you're right. I could have gone Rodgers in this, but I think ultimately, when you look on paper, like, because my main idea was to get Greg Dulcich and then potentially get Rashee Rice as well. Or excuse me, not Rashee Rice, but Marvin Mims as well. And Marvin Mims still available. So I just think there's a little bit better late round value for some of the Denver players as opposed to some of the Jets players. But to my initial point is like, yes, I feel like I've drafted Allen Lazard in every best ball draft so far, which don't get me wrong, I'm happy with that because I believe in Allen Lazard this season. But I also, I'm not happy with that because you just don't want, even if you really believe in a player being good value and a stack being a good value, you don't want to draft them every single draft. I'm telling you guys. J-Dub says Purdy. I got to go Purdy tonight, man. Doug, what's up, man? I can't even. I don't even know what to say to the comment. If Kadarius stays healthy, that's a nice team. I mean, yeah. I do like this team actually quite a bit. I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty happy with this squad so far. There goes Laporta. So, like, Noah Fant becomes my top-rated tight end. And I might be able to get him as my last pick in the draft. I've been kind of fading tight end a little aggressively outside of a couple drafts where I've gotten Kelsey. So, I mean, maybe that's something I need to think about. But, yeah, now we got Christian Watson, Brandon Ayuk, Kadarius Toney, Cortland Sutton, Allen Lazard, Alan Lazard, excuse me, and Rashid Shaheed. So I think we're at a decent place at wide receiver, all things considered. Like, we went heavy at running back, heavy at, or not, I don't want to say heavy, but early quarterback, which is going to affect your wide receivers, right? So I would say right now my top rated player is Marvin Mims, just to try and extend that stack of aggressively drafting Russell Wilson. But he is the wide receiver 2 on the board right now. Curtis Samuel, Marvin Mims, Hunter Renfrow, Jaden Reed, and Shakir out of Buffalo. So at this point, like, we just want to start building a queue. Who are the best available wide receivers? Tim Patrick is out there as well. He could be an option too. But, I mean, yeah, like, we're talking about Daniel Jones and his ADP and some of the Giants pass catchers ADP. Like, Isaiah Hodgins, 183. He's obviously still available. Darius Slayton is 212. He's obviously still available. So there's just a lot of value. I mean, even guys like Jalen Hyatt and Randall Robinson just went at 14.10. And there goes. I knew we weren't going to get Marvin Mims. Like, I'm not totally upset about that. I do actually feel like at 175, although it's slightly against ADP, I do feel like I need to go Brock Purdy. Especially with Jaden Reed going off the board, because he was my next highest rated player. But I do feel like, because you got Kenny Pickett, Garoppolo, Purdy, like, it just depends on who you're drafting with. It depends. Do they have Kittle? Do they have Ayuk? Like, I have Ayuk. Do they have Debo? You know, whatever. It just depends on who you're drafting with. But I do feel like solidifying Purdy right here as my final quarterback is the best thing to do. Man, no Kenneth Gainwell for us. It's okay. Once again, I have a lot of underdog drafts where I've come out of the draft with Kenneth Gainwell. Roshan and Shaheed are nice picks there. Thank you, man. I actually thought very good value as well. I agree. So now, yeah, we want to get that second tight end. So let's just make a queue. Michael Mayer, Hayden Hurst, Isaiah Likely, Trey McBride, I guess, Noah Fant, Luke Musgrave, Kate Otten. Those are probably the only guys I'm going after. And I prefer Noah Fant just because I think Seattle is arguably the best offense out of all those listed offenses. Wide receivers are thinning out as they've been thin all draft. Top available quarterbacks: Kenny Pickett, Jimmy G, Desmond Ridder, Sam Howell, Mac Jones. All still worth taking at the end of the draft. Top available running backs: Jeff Wilson, Tank Bigsby, Tajay Spears, Leonard Fournette, Chuba. Top available receivers: Shakir, Van Jefferson, Thornton, John Mechie, Chase Claypool. Top available tight ends: Michael Mayer, Gesicki, Hayden Hurst, Tyler Conklin, and Trey McBride. Michael Mayer might be kind of fun here, actually. I do have some shares of Noah Fant, but I just feel like Fant's most likely to be there at 210, and if he's not, I can still go Kate Otten. So I feel like shoring up the best available wide receivers with these next two selections, as opposed to going Michael Mayer potentially at 186, is just the better overall method for this team, so to speak. Doug, I got none in me, my dude. I might go Thornton here. I mean, we said we're going for upside, right? He fits the bill. Man, I really wanted Mims. So, like, backtracking, right? I'm going to go Thornton right here. Why not? We went for that Russell Wilson stack, like, pretty aggressively, and all we got out of it was Russell Wilson and Cortland Sutton. So we didn't get Mims, and we didn't get Dulcich. So, I mean, that may have not been worth it, but Goff was there, Rodgers was there, Kyler was there. Oh, well. I have a lot of Rodgers and Kyler shares. Whatever. I was, like, so hype about that. I could still get Tim Patrick, but I don't know if I want to go for the risk. I think Josh Palmer is probably the next player I want to try and get here, if he's available. If not, maybe I do go Tim Patrick. But I think, regardless, we got to go wide receiver at this next pick. I mean, we could go running back, but I think it's more valuable to go wide receiver here. We could go 3 tight ends. I mean, if Michael Mayer falls out, maybe I go there at 199. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wide receivers. I'll probably just draft one more receiver. Cross my fingers for Fant at 210. That's probably how I'm going to finish it out tonight. It's a fun draft. I felt like that draft went like super. It did go a little bit quicker than usual. Yeah. I'll take it though. I feel like that was a good draft. Yeah, if you guys want to throw together a mock tonight, Dynasty Superflex, Dynasty Single Quarterback, redraft, whatever it is, we can get that going on Discord, and I will definitely hop in with you guys as well. So once the stream ends, I'll hop over on Discord and give you guys a shout, and we'll get something going. I'm down for whatever. All right. Into the 17th round we go. Keeping a close eye on tight ends. I don't know. Mayer's still available. He's definitely intriguing. All the teams before me have 2 to 3 tight ends. So, oh, there goes Josh Palmer. Man, I might actually go Mayer right here. It's either I don't know if Mayer is going to be selected here or not, but either go Mayer and Tim Patrick or Darius Slayton with my last pick, or I go Shakir, get a piece from Buffalo. Oh man, it's close. Just give me Mayer. Why not? Let's do it. I'm going to say I could go Shakir from Buffalo right here and still get either tight end at 210, Otten or excuse me, Noah Fant. But Hayden Hurst and Musgrave are still available too. I do kind of wish the puppy drafts for 20 rounds. I mean, I get why they're not, but I do kind of wish. All right, who offers the most upside at wide receiver? Chase Claypool, Tim Patrick, Cedric Tillman, Darius Slayton, Richie James. It's probably Richie James. You got Kayshon Boutte. There's a lot of good options. Yeah, we took Mayer off the board, J-Dubs. Let's go. I'm actually kind of excited about that. I could still go tight end with this last pick. But I want to go wide receiver. 5 running backs, 3 quarterbacks, 2 tight ends, 8 wide receivers. I'll take it. Richie James gone, Sid Tillman gone, Shakir gone. A lot of the names we were just talking about. I like Darius Slayton's value right here. I like Kayshon as well. We could go Tim Patrick, but I'm just worried about him. And gosh, I was like the biggest Tim Patrick lover last offseason. And we had Russell Wilson. Like, it makes sense to go Tim Patrick right here. But I feel like Darius Slayton has a locked, as crowded as things are there in the wide receiver room, I feel like he has a locked-in chemistry and volume role with the Giants and with Daniel Jones. So, not the prettiest pick, but I'm going to go Darius Slayton there. I mean, who would you guys have picked? Would you go with Darius Slayton, very crowded wide receiver room, or would you take the chance on Tim Patrick, being that we did have Russell Wilson on this team as well? Either way, I feel like this was a good draft. Solid entry. And a fun draft as well. Yeah, I think I agree, J-Dubs. As much as I love Tim Patrick with Marvin Mims there, that sketches me out as well. But, I mean, truthfully, you could say the same thing about, like, Hyatt joining the Giants. But, I don't know. The Giants' wide receiver room is such a crapshoot. And at the end of the day, Slayton, I feel like, is, like, actually stays pretty healthy, all things considered. All right, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Another 2023 fantasy football draft in the books. We tried to go for some upside overall tonight. So let's take a look here. 1.7, we took Bijan. And I didn't even think twice about that pick. Regardless of who was on the board, I'm super stoked about that pick. 2.6, I don't know. It was very close to going Waddle. Considered Olave or Smith. But Hurts was sitting there, and you know what? We said, let's just take the upside. 3.7, I was happy to take Breece Hall. I felt like he was a great value there. And I just felt, and we almost went Jahmyr Gibbs, right? But I just felt like pairing Breece Hall and Bijan was really nice, and we ended up going with a sophomore over another rookie. But Gibbs was a very close selection. And like I said, Gibbs had a better chance of falling out to 4.6 than Breece Hall. But regardless, like, we were going to need to go wide receiver at the next pick. So we go Christian Watson, boomer bust, pure upside guy, beautiful. Brandon Ayuk I actually felt like was a really good value at 5.7. Kadarius Toney fits the bill of what we were looking for, upside all the way. Happy with him at 6.6. Rachaad White was just a good value, landed to us at 7.7 as our RB3. We took Cortland Sutton with the plan to start building a late round stack of acquiring Russell Wilson, which also was supposed to include Greg Dulcich, who we did not land. Allen Lazard, we just needed more wide receiver depth. I think he's a good value at 9.7. Kamara was just sitting here. And honestly, like, if we didn't go Kamara, we would have landed Dulcich as well. But I'm not too upset about it. Kamara is my RB4. Fits that upside volume type player, right? If he plays half the season, the second half of the season, like, I'm happy. Great selection as our RB4. If he doesn't play, then yeah, it's a bad pick. We'll take the chance. Russell Wilson was an interesting pick because Goff and Rodgers were there. Weren't expecting them to be there, but we had to try and just build upon that stack. And we got the Sutton and Wilson stack. I wanted it to include Marvin Mims and or Greg Dulcich as well. We didn't get that part. It is what it is. Cole Kmet is my tight end 1. I'm happy with. Roshan Johnson, I'm happy with. That's like my RB5. I'll take it. Rashid Shaheed, I was really happy with that pick. I did not expect him to be available at 14.6. Brock Purdy, I love as my QB3 for so many reasons. And we also have Brandon Ayuk on this team, so we get a little stack there. We went Thornton because looking at the wide receivers available, John Mechie, Van Jefferson, Josh Palmer, there are good things about a lot of these guys, said Tillman. But I did feel like Thornton brought the most amount of upside and could easily be on the negative side of things, but we'll take him. Michael Mayer, I mean, you guys just saw that pick. Like, we were planning on going tight end at 210, and yeah, we could have got Noah Fant there easily. Could have got Hayden Hurst there easily, but Mayer was way against ADP and just felt like a good pick there. And then we go Darius Slayton, who I still think has a solidified role with the Giants. So I'm pretty happy with this draft. One or two things. Basically, just we didn't land Greg Dulcich or Marvin Mims. So Greg Dulcich being the biggest thing. But overall, I thought this draft went really well. I'm happy with this entry for sure. Yeah. Yeah, super cool to see Foster Moreau sign with the Saints. I agree, Thomas. Height is the biggest talent, but I don't trust Danny Dimes. That's fair, J-Dubs. Kevin, last few years, quarterbacks have been going late third round, early fourth at the earliest. Do you think QBs are going to truly be going the second? 100%. And it depends on the leagues you drafted in last year and everything. But quarterbacks went in the second round last year too. I mean, Josh Allen and Mahomes, not really anyone else. And you know, mid second round in some leagues, but majority of leagues end of the second is when you would see one of the two off the board. And in a lot of drafts, even though a lot of mock drafts last offseason, you saw Allen and Mahomes go the end of the second. In real drafts, they started to really go beginning of the third. But I think this year you'll see a similar tier. Allen, Mahomes, Hurts will all go, depending on your draft, who you're drafting with, your league and everything, end of the second, beginning the third. That run will start. It doesn't mean that they're all going to go like back to back to back. But one of them will get picked, and then you'll slowly see those guys be off the board. Joe Burrow will go, and then you're going to move into the next tier. It just depends on your league and everything, right? But Justin Fields, Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, those guys are going to go off the board as well. So, yeah, I won't be surprised to see a lot of that happening this year as well, Kevin, for sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys want to throw together a mock, I will meet you guys over on Discord. Do not care what format, whatever you guys want practice with. And that's going to do it for tonight's stream. I just had... Wednesdays are always my first day back to work. I have a weird work schedule, so I'm always a little bit... believe it or not, I was actually... felt pretty good energy on tonight's stream, but just not 100% on my game on Wednesdays, I feel like. So I just wanted to hop on, do an Underdog draft, and hang out with you guys for a minute, and then we'll wrap up the night on Discord. So I appreciate you guys, those of you guys who came out tonight, those of you guys who hung out, and of course I appreciate anyone who spent part of their night here on the channel. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button on the way out, and thank you guys so much for joining the stream tonight. Make sure you guys hit that like button on the way out, and of course check out the links down below. Join our free Discord, follow us on Instagram, all that good stuff. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. That's going to do it for tonight. So we'll probably hop into a startup mock tomorrow, and we'll just go from there, guys. So love you guys, man. Love this community. Love the Catch fan. With that, I will say thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. And remember, you saw it here on the Catch. And